Hello and welcome back to the No Hair All Heart podcast. I'm Mookie Spitz and I'm reading aloud my novel, Jonnie Fazoolie and the Transfinite Reality Engine. And today it's Changing Beats. Days flow into weeks, weeks into months. Although she wants security, stability, and a soulmate, her chronically single self is out each night on bad dates at good shows. She still loves NYC. Late one random night on the 5 train headed back home to the Upper East Side, the subway car packed despite the ungodly hour, Penny watches an amateur acrobatic troupe perform on the handrails. As bodies twirl inside the noisome and claustrophobic car, a remix of Andy Moore and Orchidea's EDM classic Year Zero, featuring Carrie Skipper's modulated voice, blasts from a portable speaker. The amateur performers groove on the Adam Ellis Breaks mix, which melts trance roots with a heavy backbeat drive that infuses the distorted, ephemeral vocals with hypnotic intensity. Penny hates techno, but her head nods and feet tap to the beat. She thinks the song is an apropos soundtrack to the mood in the tight and vibrant space, and a fitting capper to her evening out. A mesmerizing melody, akin to a child's lullaby, pitch shifted with deep delay and quivering tremolo, reverberates throughout the moving car, an eerie siren song awaiting a defiant reply. Aha! She gasped out loud. A delightfully silly and enticing idea for tweaking an iconic Forbes list spontaneously popping into her mind. She can't wait to get home, write a pitch to sell it in. Unable to ignite her love life, changing up her work life will do for now. Bored with blowhard billionaires, eager to meet more eligible, ineligible bachelors, she's going to shake things up. With a smile on her face and purpose in her step, Penny disembarks at her station, always making it a point to board on the end closest to her destinations. She's at her place in no time. Next morning, Penny pitches the zany concept to her senior editor boss with bravado and gravitas, fingers crossed behind her back, hoping for a guffaw and giggle, just in case he approves. Since 2011, the Forbes 30 Plunder 30 highlights 30 people under that age who have made significant achievements in various fields, including tech, finance, healthcare, media, etc. The nominees are selected by a panel of industry experts who consider criteria such as innovation, leadership, and impact. Winners and runners-up have launched careers via the hype, but interest in the list has steadily declined, attributable to overexposure, sketchy selection criteria, allegations of corruption, and people calling bullshit on the whole concept. Her pitch is to flip actual weaknesses into perceived strengths by combining the excitement and exclusivity of the Zillionaires list with the energy and trending zing of the 30 Plunder 30. Her child... Check, check, check. Pause. Got to do this over. Check. Her brainchild hybrid is the Thrillionaires Under 30 list, highlighting young, provocative influencers nominated for their accomplishments not by industry peers, but followers. Her premise that social media influencers, including extreme sports adventurers and rogue inventors, are her generation's most exciting entrepreneurs, urges a fresh, blended approach. Her spiel, The supremacy of attention over networking and knowledge implores shifting away from showcasing mere fiscal prowess to the power of personalities, a future proofing. That and the groovy Tut landing page she commissioned her niece to design, replete with caricatures of free diving, parkour, solo climbing, and whitewater kayaking extreme sporting types. Penny breathlessly steps back after delivering a powerful pitch that convinces even herself. An accomplished athlete in the wake of her sister's academic and professional drive, she has stamina. I like where you're going with this, smiles her boss, J. James Jonasson, browsing her PowerPoint, then tapping the bound hard copy of Penny's proposal, tossing it onto his gargantuan oak desk. Thanks, Mr. Jonasson. You can call me JJJ, winks JJJ. Okay, JJJ. Awkward. At least 20 years her senior, Jonasson dodged Me Too curveballs for a decade, got a 4-year breather in 2016, then back to square one until surprise! Now he can let loose again. Only problem is Zoomers like Penny can smell his brand of dog shit from a light year away and aren't having it. Insult to groin injury, young women like her are great at their jobs, too. While Gen X douchebags such as JJJ work their own angle, male millennial miscreants have given up entirely and instead long for a return to a mythical Achilles to Zarathustra manscape. That's cut the competition for LinkedIn lionesses like Penny, but has strained her professional and personal lives. Successful women accused of using unfair advantage to simply be equal. We've been losing younger audiences for years, continues JJJ, shifting gears, trying a different strategy. And the snoozer boomers are retiring and dropping dead. Your idea is on point. I was getting bored of the billionaires, to be honest, replies Penny, honestly. I got to hating on the recent dude bro shift, too, the ghetto chains and Grubel 4Z bling blah. Well, never a dull moment with you, Penny Pitz, smiles Jonasson, more turn on than ever, yet exerting testosterone throttling control that impresses even himself. Go get some. Penny's relieved to get out of his office, but immediately feels the whiplash of getting exactly what she wanted. The onus of the new project's success or failure contingent on her caring again. Everyone has a plan, as Mike Tyson observed, until they're punched in the face. Penny learning fast how to pick herself back up and keep going. Her challenge is figuring out where. Insistent on working alone, she's bequeathed a team whom she assigns to background research and engagement analytics. They scout nominees, leaving her to do the in-person interviews. Back in Jersey City, sigh, she keeps her fan club of techie dorks on tap too. Changing up the iconic Forbes lists, she has a hunch she'll need them for changing up the award event, too. Congratulations, waves her favorite analyst, rolling by her cube in a Staples office chair while fanning himself with a hard copy of sexual harassment prevention training from HR. Yeah, adds Whizlers, rolling by her cube in the opposite direction, narrowly missing the effeminate nerd. Looks like you got a result with JJJ. Not gonna speculate the hey. Newsflash, she shouts, throwing loose printouts from drafts of her pitch proposal into the air like confetti, scattering all over the puke gray squares of polypropylene carpet. I'm your new boss. Yay! Applaud the techies from the cubes all around her. Somebody blasting a vuvuzela full throttle to 120 decibels. Loud as an ambulance siren, thunderclap, or chainsaw. Penny's ears ringing. On that day, she christens her crew Incel Ops and feels like she's got a quirky, insubordinate, and possibly talented team. Not even sure what she needs them for yet, she senses a need, so owns it. Her primary beat becomes Tut, the trillionaire under 30 list, as Penny branches out from her billionaire Rolodex to find, vet, and manage up-and-coming provocateur entrepreneurs, distinguished by sheer brazenness. As she interviews and slots the hottest nominees, acute editorial pressure builds for the next Forbes hit. Teasers blast on social feeds, engagement metrics, and direct feedback look positive. Tumbling into that beanbag chair and doobie handoff at XTX, she rode an unprecedented financial, technological, political, and cultural tsunami. The momentum exhilarating and impersonal. Here at Forbes, she's on her own, despite her privilege and the family referral it engendered. That makes the stakes lower, but her vulnerability much higher. What have I done? She asks. To amuse herself and let off some steam, she repeats that sentence with different parts of speech emphasized, changing its meaning and distracting her long enough to refocus, maybe care. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? The last iteration sounds most ominous, boosting fear and motivation to the point she has no choice but to rock it. Typical Penny, the demure social extrovert and outgoing emotional introvert, a big mixed up bundle of ego and empathy, the classic ESFJ, avoiding conflict until triggering all sorts of it. The judgy part of that acronym gets her into trouble. Attentive and people focused, values driven, eager to provide support, she's stubborn as a Capricorn, but thinks astrology is nonsense. Despite her vulnerability, she leaps into the new beat with gusto and earnestness, sincerely hoping to turbocharge the careers of young mavericks best defined outside their balance sheets. Her refreshed target list is at first refreshing. Fresh faces still unsullied by the arrogance of ultra high net worth individuals who retroactively believe they were destined to get loaded. Yet in no time, these young apex predators seem similarly eaten alive by their own shameless ambition. Naive anarchism and obnoxious brattiness, predictable to the point she hates them too. Emulating the trollishness of Musk and vanity of Bezos, but with exponentially tinier net worth. These low-riding and high-flying wannabe tech titans troll their way into faux fame. The internet, as usual, abides. If nothing else, their popularity only increases through her lurid exposés, which paradoxically reinvigorate the snooze fest of their dude bro pretentiousness. The bloviating boomer billionaires were tired and gropey, but these infantile, fud-slinging, bap-loving, LARP Machiavelli, skinny whale, insufferable blockchain jockeys are even worse. Young women also disappoint Penny, to be fair. A viral second behind libtard life hackers spewing empathy vibes, and MAGA mavens manifesting Barbie. The TikTok clock is always wrong. Big bummer. Her tut list was meant to be fun and has instead exposed the pretentiousness and hypocrisy, miring the trendy, contrarian hipsterism of today's under 30 humanoid NFTs. Even the overtly gay ones want to have sex with her. "You're gorgeous," shrieks the top nominee on her new list after launching a motocross, ice climbing, and paragliding triathlon. Complicating matters, her popular interviews and teaser reels have turned Penny into a mini influencer, generating her own followers and detractors. The Incel Ops crew nominates her. Then an Instagram guitarist with millions of followers and hundreds of plagiarized songs sues her for plagiarism, not liking the interview. "You cherry picked my worst cuts at NAM." "I wasn't at NAM. You didn't ask me about my hair. Does it steal the work of real musicians too?" "I wrote a song about you." "No, you didn't." Things go downhill fast from here, of course, peaking with J. James Jonason informing her of a viral AI-generated revenge porn video starring her and, you guessed it, J. James Jonason. Her mounting cynicism reaches a fever pitch, and she almost throws in the towel on the project until realizing JJJ would only acquiesce to pulling the plug if he could insert his own in real life. So, having thought of nothing better this quarter, she has no choice but to give these self aggrandizing egomaniacs, ruthless liars, hyper competitive assholes, and selfish pricks one more go. "Knock, knock," says Whistler's, poking his head into her cube. "Hi. Working late? Guess I live here now. Need some stress relief? Cringe. Can I ask you out?" he asks, turning beet red. "Only if you marry me," she beams, turning him off forever. "Happy hour, girlfriend," shrills her favorite analyst, seeing the train wreck and conducting an intervention. "That hunky bartender is working. Let's talk boys and clothes. You down?" "Bet." "Can I come?" asks snooping Whistler's. Ew. Hope you're enjoying the story of Penny. Let's see what happens next.